This has been my feud of the whole build-up. You said it was Rhea Liv. For me, it's been Punk McIntyre. I really loved what they did on Monday with Rollins coming out as the referee. Punk saying, I'm not going to step in the ring because I don't trust myself to not swing on you. Seth Rollins saying, boy, get your bitch ass in this ring or else this
You don't run nothing here. You don't run nothing here.
I'll run the show. Loved that. Punk begrudgingly back in the ring. Their little back and forth. I love how Punk said, do not help me beat him. I do not want that. Because if you remember a week prior when we talked about it, we thought that may be how it goes. Rollins accidentally or unaccidentally hits McIntyre, and that leads to the Punk win.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, McIntyre with the bracelet. This is the most unpredictable match for me. I have no clue where we're going with this storyline, to be completely honest with you. I have about a million ideas that, like you said, we could do a whole podcast about. This is where I am at on it. I think SummerSlam, we see a double turn. I think CM Punk has really kind of been an asshole. Like, if you just put aside these situations and you lined these two guys up and said, this is what this one did and this is what this one did, and you listed them out, CM Punk is the bad guy in this storyline, in my opinion. 100%. Because this started, Drew McIntyre injures CM Punk in a wrestling match. Drew McIntyre trolls him about it. CM Punk says, I'm going to get you back. CM Punk cost him the title at WrestleMania. We're all evens. CM Punk cost him the number one contenders match on the Raw after WrestleMania. CM Punk cost him his Money in the Bank cash in. CM Punk cost him his title match in his hometown. CM Punk has really just continued and continued and continued.
Screw him over.
And McIntyre has tried and tried and tried to move past this situation and leave this toxic situation. And Punk just keeps on coming. And on some people, they're like, well, McIntyre started it. CM Punk is just that guy. And CM Punk is always going to get cheers because he's CM freaking Punk. He could be heel, whatever. But I think CM Punk cheats to win. I don't know if it's interference. I don't know if it's Rollins back turned. I don't know if there's going to be disqualifications technically in this match. But I think the victory is going to look tainted in our eyes. But I think CM Punk wins.
Yeah. Okay. I did see CM Punk talk about hitting at a faction again. So I mean, if
you remember all those months ago, I thought that Dijak should be his muscle.
Yes.
Now,
look back at it, y'all. Look back at his
muscle, but I don't know. You know, we talked about last week Bronson Reed potentially being CM Punk's muscle. I don't know who, but that's what I mean. For.
Do you think this just came popping in my head? We talked about double turn. The OC ain't doing anything, and Gallows has some history with.
Unless they AJ though, no.
Yeah, but I mean. I just think because of the history with Gallows and Punk.
He's like pretty big in NXT, CM Punk.
Yeah, yes.
My thought is there a team in NXT
that he can? Yeah,
is Gallus available?
Well, they doing something with Joe Hendry right now, but it doesn't matter because people are doing double. Okay, it doesn't matter.
I don't know the roster well enough, but is there some team down there that he could pull?
Gallus would be great.
He does a lot of stuff down there. I don't know the scene well enough, but that is like kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Or is there some other Chicago-born person on the main roster that we're not thinking of? Or is there somebody that maybe they signed at a free agency? Maybe somebody coming over from AEW that like isn't on the top of our minds right now. That like you could say he had a relationship with once he left WWE, and not like say AEW, but everybody knows.
Warlow, but he's still on the contract. Some shit. The only person that comes to mind is Warlow. Shit, but I mean,
but
no,
that is my thought process.
Yeah.
I think somebody helps Punk win.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's AJ, because if it's AJ,
No.
like, people will cheer. Like, that's not a heel move. I think it is a heel move.
No, it gotta be somebody like, you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking about Omar shit,
because I think we're headed to the point where this faction is going to be straight edge society built, where I think it's going to be Punk, some form of Muscle, and Cora Jade. And Cora Jade are like this because she's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So
100%.
That's why I think, like, if there is some other male from Chicago, it could be some Chicago-made faction, something to do with that.
No, and that's why it makes sense what you're saying, because that's when I brought up the he was saying, you know, never count out the faction thing, which is kind of odd that you're saying that right around the corner of SummerSlam. You haven't said that during the whole time you've been here. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of odd.
Superstars from Chicago. Let me look this up while you give your thoughts on the match.
So I think what they're gonna do, I think they're really gonna play in heavy to 1997 SummerSlam with Shawn Michaels at the Shawn Michaels match. Shawn Michaels as the referee, Bret Hart versus Undertaker. I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do it step by step or move by move or whatever it was. I think they're gonna be some type of order. You got CM Punk. I have McIntyre. I think that's that. I think the way you feel about the CM Punk thing, I think that's gonna happen with McIntyre. I think McIntyre's gonna lose his head. He's all emotional. He got the bracelet. He's gonna lose his head. He's gonna attack Rollins. Then Rollins gonna come in and try to super kick McIntyre. McIntyre ducks. He super kicks Punk. Punk gets super kick, Future Shock DDT, or Claymore. 1, 2, 3.
You think Rollins begrudgingly counts it though?
But grudgingly counts it, angry as hell, because he has to. You know what I'm saying? He has to count it angrily. No matter what your situation or my situation, Rollins has to count the 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's gonna be a situation where we have another ref in there. So your situation, what happened? Rollins has to count that 3. My situation, Rollins has to count that 3. I think either way, he's going to be upset about whichever one he's counting.
I think my situation is way more likely if this match opens the show. If you remember the first SummerSlam that Triple H took over, that was not last year's, the one in Nashville, where at the end of the women's match that opened the show, Bayley, Kai, and Sky returned. Yeah. So he likes doing it at the beginning of these big shows. I looked it up. I don't know what they're doing. I think it's just nonsense with this Heritage Cup. Tony D'Angelo is from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Is he still with that guy Stax? Are they still?
Yes, he is. But I mean, they're not really.
I'm just saying, if you hold them up as a team, they need tag teams for Raw as well.
Yes, they're not in nothing. So he can easily.
And then if you did Punk, Stax, and Lorenzo, and Cora Jade,
yes,
it's like a mix of like New Nexus that he did, plus like a Chicago thing, and I mean he could have a lot of fun with the thing about a project like that.
Yeah, and D'Angelo not a small guy; that's a big guy right there. So that could be your muscle. And Stax can be the person that, you know what I'm saying, he can get it dirty and he can take a couple of pinfalls, and then Cora Jade can be the Saria Deeb, who was the lady that was called. Yeah, you got me.
Listen, even if it doesn't happen at SummerSlam, I'm now rooting for this.
Yeah, 100%. I think sooner or later, I see a triple turn. I see. Yes, I see.
Not just a double, a triple turn.
I really, to be honest with you, with all this stuff, because I ain't gonna lie, Steph been a dick lately. Like he's been a dick about this shit a lot. Like
I've been enjoying it. I've been loving it.
Yeah. So I seen him and Punk going heel while McIntyre's being the babyface at all. So that makes me think
would just completely flip the Raw landscape.
That makes me think your situation is way better. That he gets Drew. We feel sorry for the guy. He got screwed over by 2 people in one match.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. Because I think here's my thing. The blow off for this will be Bad Blood in the Hell in a Cell. I think 100%. We're as close to being able to pen that in as possible.
100%.
My thing is, when we get there, Drew should win.
Yes.
So I think Punk should win now. Because it's almost like Drew wins at SummerSlam, Drew wins at Bad Blood, Punk wins at Berlin. Like, that's a pretty shit end of the stick if you're CM Punk. And this is also CM Punk's first singles match back. I know he's been back since freaking Survivor Series, but do you want to have... And again, it doesn't really matter because CM Punk is so established that he could lose and be fine, but do you want to have him lose?
That's just the hard part about this card, like, because it's like I could make the same case with Drew. He's been losing a lot. Like, he haven't. I mean, except for the ladder match. But I don't think that really counts. I mean, but
win's a win.
I mean, win's a win. Yeah, he got pinned in his hometown. He got pinned at Money in the Bank. It's like he's been getting pinned a lot. Pinned at WrestleMania.
I think that we are headed to Drew potentially winning that title at 41, the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah. Well,
I think Drew versus Gunther could be the match there. I mean, that's like way down the line, but my thing is, like, Drew 100%. Re-signed when there was some real speculation he wouldn't. He has to really have liked what they pitched him on, and we know Triple H is a long-term view guy, so there's some long-term payoff for Drew that he's happy with.
The Rock 100% told Drew,
and he sent him a sword.
Yeah, he 100% told Drew that he's probably gonna co-main event 41 for the title. He 100% told him that. So yes, like, he's 100%.
Well, yeah, Dwayne said, "I don't care what you do on night one, but
yeah. Night two is mine." It's like, yeah. But
it's like, hey, buddy, night one you can have Punk, Gunther, Rollins. I don't care what the hell y'all do.
But night two is mine.
That's right.
Yeah. Night so 100% is going to be Gunther. Now, like you said, now you could add the Punks and the Rollins, but for sure, 41, you're going to see Gunther and Drew rematch.
Part of me thinks we might see that at Survivor Series.
Which, yeah. I mean, because Gunther's going to have a long run. Now, I'm not, like, once again, like I said, we said as far further ahead, I'm not mad if Gunther lose that title because, I mean,
let's duplicate. Is your pick is officially McIntyre?
Yeah, it's McIntyre. Okay. It's McIntyre.